Everybody, how's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Voice News and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. We are live, people. We are live also at the platform of Winkin. If you guys like to share our live feed in Winkin, we are live at the platform at Winkin and our profile at Winkin as Oscar L. Blue. Thank you so much for sharing. The first thing that we got to do before I present myself and before we go on with this show is like the video, hit that like button, and also hit that bell button in YouTube and hit that like button on Facebook. And also hit that like button on Winkin and share this video out. Thank you so much for joining in. Good evening to everybody on this Wednesday. March 9. My God, we're already in March. Incredible how time flies. If we share this video and if we like the video, we will break those algorithms and we can immediately get more people involved in the live feed. A lot of you guys always ask me, what can I do, Oscar? What can I do? We can start by liking and we can start by sharing and ultimately get more people involved. As censorship has come again to our page and Facebook, we thought that we were released. We had a good live feed, that we had a bunch of people joining in, and all of a sudden now no notifications and no nothing like that. So it really sucks that they're doing us to us. But you know what? We're going to continue to broadcast and we're going to continue to do what we do. So thank you so much for joining in. Now, there's a report now coming in from Guatemala that the first families of migrants from Ukraine have arrived and they are planning to enter the country of Mexico in the next incoming days. This is going to be, some huge, inevitably is going to be something big into our country of Mexico due to the fact that the confrontation that is occurring right now between Russia and Ukraine. And due to this factor, as it was a topic when, Afghanistan happened and in the Biden administration, we had refugees from Afghanistan also to be invited and to enter to our country. Now you will see entering also people from Ukraine. We already knew that this was going to happen. And ultimately, this is, Mexico has asylum and refugee laws due to the fact that what is occurring right now between Russia and Ukraine, that there is a war. And ultimately, now you will see people coming in in terms to Russia. Now, let me put right here first on the screen before I describe how the situation is evolving and the information that we're getting from our colleagues in Guatemala. Thank you so much. Via Jose Torres Cancino, that is another colleague of ours in Tapachula, photojournalist for Routers and other, international networks. We have this information that is coming in from our colleagues in Guatemala and also our colleagues in Tapachula. Also, we have video and also photographs of the families that they got and they are entering to Guatemala. This is the statement of the government of Mexico, and due to what it says, according to this article that it was released by El Financiero, it is a national note that it says migration will bring refugee to Ukraine people who enter Mexico due to the conflict of Russia. Francisco Garduño Yáñez, the commissioner of the Institute National Immigration, assures that also there is going to be personalized attention for people from Ukraine that they're coming into the country of Mexico. The Institute National Immigration has signalized that they are going to offer refugee to people that they are coming in from Ukraine entering Mexico due to the military conflict that is evolving right now in Russia. Also, they will protect their stay as they are, if they want to reside in an actual country as ours in Mexico. Francisco Garduño Yáñez, the commissioner of the Institute National Immigration, has declared that all people from Ukraine that they are entering or they are encountering right now in one part of the country, in whatever part of the world that they want to come into our country of Mexico, the doors are open and they can ask for help or they can ask for refugee and whatever offices of the Institute National of Immigration, people prominent and people coming from that country are going to receive a special attention. Special attention. The commissioner has signalized that also this order was also given by Congress and by the Senate, that the on the notion of refugee, and that they are going to be giving them special attention to the people that they're coming in from Ukraine. This is actually right now the statement of the government of Mexico. So I wanted to bring that up first before we start evolving on what the topic is on the family, that three families that have arrived, and ultimately when I start describing what is the topic with these three families that just arrived to Guatemala to ask for refugee. Now, let me go to the actual video that is going to be provided right here. This information that is extremely important for every single one of you. Let me just get right here. This is the actual video of the families that had just arrived. So it says right here, the article in the statement from the Guatemala Immigration Department said this. They said, three families from Ukraine, they're initiating their process of refugee into Guatemala. That is the statement. It says, City of Guatemala, 8th of March of 2022. And the attention to the indicated by the President of the Republic of Guatemala, Alejandro Yamatei. Today, the Director and General of Immigration, Stuart Rodriguez, as a personal matter, he attended to talk to the three fathers of the families who are coming in quality and representing, soliciting protection international for their families. This is actually the statements of the Director General of Stuart Rodriguez, who received direct orders from the President of Guatemala, Yamatei. The families they will be arriving to the country of Mexico in the next incoming days. Reason why the authorities from the Institute National of Immigration of Guatemala they are realizing the corresponding measures of the Ministry of Health and also the Ministerial Agency of Exterior Relations with also the United Nations and also ACNUR. It says that it guarantees the entering for humanitarian rights. They're guaranteeing their entrance for humanitarian rights due to the conflict that is occurring, and that they are guaranteeing their safety in Guatemala, being though that the President of Guatemala, Alejandro Yamatei, they know about the conflict that exists and coexists between Russia and Ukraine. The Institute of Guatemala of Immigration reiterates the compromise with the country of Ukraine that they are going to vulnerable conditions right now, and they are guaranteeing all the people from Ukraine that there is going to be respect to their humanitarian rights to every single one of them. So this is right now the current video that you're seeing right here. It's video from and photographs from the families of Ukraine that they just arrived. Video provided by our news source in Guatemala and ultimately also via Jose Torres Cancino. Thank you so much, Jose. Even Jose is sending me more videos right here. Thank you, Jose. I know you're watching. So this is what is actually happening right now in the country of Guatemala. It is inevitable. People are going to come, and ultimately more that President Biden or the President of the United States of America has declared that they are going to help at whatever measure is possible for every refugee that is coming in quality of refugee from Ukraine due to the conflict that is existing right now between between Ukraine and Russia. These families are with children and their women. You see the three gentlemen right here. They're young, and they arrive. Ultimately, they arrive to the offices of the Institute National of Immigration of Guatemala. Let me tell you something. If The president of Guatemala talked about this. And also, he sent the head chief of Guatemala, Stuart Rodriguez, that you see him right there with the pink tie. If he send this conglomerate of people that they're in charge of immigration to have a meeting with Ukraine refugees, it is extremely important to send a message for them that they have the doors open for people that they're coming in from Ukraine. And ultimately, Mexico has openly said that they are in compromise with giving refugee to people that they're coming in also from Ukraine. We all know that the number one objective, a lot of them, they're going to go to the United States of America. So the actual, and this is where I'm going to go through the actual route which they are going to choose, because if they are refugees from Ukraine, and the topic is hot right now with people from Ukraine, I don't know what kind of protection the Mexican government is going to provide for people from Ukraine, due to the factor that I'm saying that the Mexican government has done a horrible job on protecting not only the Mexican citizens, as we are going through a really insecure conflict, not only of assassinations towards women, the insecurity due to cartel activity and homicides as the high rate it is going up, but ultimately not only that, but also the question and right now the topic of refugees and asylum seekers in the south border of Tapachula, which is a humongous conflict that is not giving no protection to whatsoever. We have seen how the cartel, it is extremely involved in trafficking of people, human smuggling, also the smuggling of children, unaccompanied minors. We have seen a tragic accident that happened with Guatemala citizens, that they were in the back of a tractor trailer with 56 lost their lives, that they were being smuggled. We just recently reported that they were found 150 some migrants at a warehouse in Tapachula. We found also the guilty parts of who calcined migrants at a SUB in the year of 2021. Mexico, it is a really dangerous place to migrate. It has become one of the dangerous places to migrate due to the organized crime, but also the locks that they have for people to do their processes more fluently at a fast pace. So this ultimately brings NGOs, brings fake lawyers, brings people that they want to get involved to accelerate the process and make a lot of money out of it. This has created, an initiative to do irregular processes and illegalities that exist inside the whole gap of immigration and asylum and refugee seekers. This is the huge problem that is coming. If Mexico is going to allow protection to the Ukrainian citizens, how are you going to do it, AMLO? If you're not even able to protect your own, you're not even able to protect the ones that they are in Tapachula, as they are being smuggled, as there's a lot of corruption with some agencies and governmental agencies. You have a lot of corruption in the north borders. You have a lot of corruption in whole places, as the smuggling scheme is one of the hugest businesses that is continuing right now in our country, and it is a multi-billion business in terms to unaccompanied minors who our adults are using to cheat on a loophole and to cross to the United States. A lot of them, they are unaccompanied minors that they're coming in to ask for asylum, but a lot of them are being used by adults in the organized crime. So it is humongous news to see how the Guatemala government is going to proceed with this, how they're going to proceed. The next step, how we're going to do it, how they're going to proceed with this, how they're going to protect them. How are they? That's my question, because Guatemala, I just had an issue in Guatemala where I suffered an assault, with a shotgun, with multiple people with shotguns. Guatemala is not a safe place. Mexico is not also. There's a lot of political interests that they're going to be involved in this. A lot of political interest. My first thing is, how do they got to Guatemala? That will be my question. How do they got to Guatemala? How did they traveled? Because a lot of them, they're traveling to Western Europe, and from Western Europe they are, if they're traveling to the West Hemisphere, since when they arrived to the continent of America, and from there, which countries they traveled to get to Guatemala, to the border that is close to Mexico. We are, we're side to side, like Mexico and the United States. In Mexico and the United States, only a wall divides us. In Guatemala and Mexico, only a river divides us. The question is how they're going to proceed with the protection of the people, of the migrants, and how they're going to provide them security. Meanwhile, they are here, and who is going to be politically interested on this? And what is the message? Of course, AMLO is going to try to figure itself out and send the message that he is the messiah of saving people of the world, that he wants so anxiously. He wants the Nelson Mandela Prize. He wants the Humanitarian Peace Prize. He wants all the prizes that he can get to be the most humanitarian and giving away all that love around the world. He wants to send that message. But ultimately, we're going to get now another problem. That is, if you're not even providing security for the ones that you already have here, how are you going to provide security for people that they are coming in from these really sensitive countries right now, as Ukraine? And there's a high number of people that they're coming in from Russia. Just the statistic alone talks about more than 8,000 that they cross from Tijuana to San Diego. A lot of people from Russia that are coming. So little by little, you are going to see people that are going to come from Ukraine. Everybody's, that the message is clear from Guatemala and also from the government of Mexico. Everybody's welcome, and they are going to give them the protection that they need on their stay and on their, process. As, of course, we don't know if they're going to stay in Mexico. We don't know. We basically, they're in Guatemala. When they arrive to Mexico, we will understand. One of them speaks a little bit of Spanish, and I am going to, I'm going to put the volume up for you guys to understand when he's speaking. One of them, the one in red, speaks a little bit of Spanish. That was really surprising for me. That was really surprising for me. When I heard him speak Spanish, I'm like, wow, he speaks a little bit of Spanish. It is a broken Spanish, but he's explaining. He's explaining for, to have a conversation, to try to explain yourself. Thank you so much for everybody that is contributing to Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee is on the top link. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund, thank you so much. It is because of you that we're continuing to report. Thank you for all your support. Also, give it a like to this button. Come on, people. Give it a like to this button. Get that like button on. We got almost 250 people. Thank you so much, Brian Hendricks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Give it a like to the button. Hit that bell. Also on YouTube. And we are live at Winkin. And also we are live at Twitter. So give it a like to that button, man. Thank you so much, Gabby, for the Buy Me a Coffees. Thank you so much to all of you. Thank you. So let me just play the video so you can hear the guy a little bit speak of what he's trying to explain. And I will explain to you guys what was the conversation. It was not recorded entirely. These videos they're going to be uploaded into the governmental platform of the Institute National of Immigration of Guatemala. You guys can go and see their link in their platform, and you can Google the platform, and you can actually see these kind of videos in their platform. So let us hear the actual little words that we're hearing.
Entiendo que los menores no tienen pasaportes.
Sí, ellos, mira, hijos, hijas.
It says, and I know that it's really hard. The volume is really low, but let me just put the volume up a little bit. And the head chief of immigration says, "I understand that the minors do not have passports." That's a question that he asked, because apparently the minors do not have passports. The children that they're bringing.
Entiendo que los menores no tienen pasaportes.
Sí, ellos, mira, hijos, hijas, mío, un documento.
He's saying, yes, we don't have no passports. I have two sons that they are mine. But they cut when he's talking about another child. And this is another explanation, which he says right here, another thing. We have documents only from Ukraine. We don't have no other documents, he says. He says, I'm bringing my wife with daughter and also with son. So I will post these videos. I will post the videos in, I will do a little, snippet clip, a video. And I will post them on my Twitter. And also I will, as soon as I finish doing this, I will do another video in Spanish. Hopefully we can do another video in Spanish. And after this, I will do my snippet videos and I will post them on YouTube. And also I will post them on Facebook and all the platforms, just to not be, explaining which one and which one not. So I will post on every single one. So this is the actual situation for people that are joining in. There is migrants from Ukraine arriving to Guatemala. Ultimately, if this is open window, a lot of them, they're going to see that. A lot of them, they're going to see that this is a process that is well accepted in these, in the countries of the Triangle of Central America, like Guatemala. So if they see that the process goes smoothly, they are more going to continue. So the protection status is going to be the number one thing that I am really curious about. How the governments are going to offer protection when they have protection. The problem protection is with their own. So it is going to cause kind of a conflict if people don't see this in a humanitarian way. If the people see it in a really nationalist way, they're going to be like, hey, you know what? What's going on? You guys are providing protection for them. We had a lot of problems over here. You guys are not even providing protection. There's conflicts of, of understanding the humanitarian issues and also the issue of, of what about us? So it is the situation right now, actually, with migrants from Ukraine. Now, if you are, and let me just throw this out there. So you're telling me that you're going to provide protection for people from Ukraine that they're actually arriving now to Guatemala and also from there to Mexico. And at the meantime, you had this issue today in the south border of Tapachula. So you're telling me that the migrants that they're coming from Ukraine, you're going to protect them. And also the Mexican president has said, we are opening the doors. I just read you an article. We're going to protect them, also give them everything that they need. But this is the reality, how you are living immigration in the south border. Let me just play you this video. So this is the bunch of BS that the governments are saying. Mexico is saying, we're going to protect you. We are going to give you all this. And I'm saying, and just, as talking in the optic of just a general topic, from the optic of signalizing the immigration situation in the south border, we are seeing how the problems have been exacerbated. And you are telling the people that from Ukraine that you're going to receive them, protect them, and give them all when you have this issue. Play clip 1. So let me mute the video right here. So you have a problem right now. This is how this was today. This is how the offices of regulation for documents in the south border in Tapachula are. You guys saw that I was there 3 weeks ago. Again, and documenting this as this problem has exacerbated, continuously has escalated into another level where the Institute of National Immigration is looking like they are not doing the job. Because if this is continuing, although the Institute of National Immigration already released a statement saying we are attending 300 plus people per day, and it is really difficult to take documentation, to process every single one of them, we cannot do more. But the pressure from the public of immigration has grown, and they want more the attention to be done and at a really extreme fast pace. So it is creating this kind of animosity between the authorities of Mexico, again, the National Guard, and also the Institute of National Immigration officials with the migrant population. So you're telling me, and I'm repeating myself again, you're telling me that you just send a message not only to also the people of Ukraine. This is talking about the Mexican president that is going to have a meeting with Ken Salazar this week. Ken Salazar, the head chief of the ambassador of the United States in Mexico. He's going to have a meeting in Tapachula this week, supposedly. Kent Salazar with the Mexican president. And you're sending as a Mexican president, you're telling the Ukrainian people that they're going through a horrible situation in a conflict with Russia, that you are opening the doors of your country to receive them and protect them. This is what you have right now, AMLO, in your south border. So you're sending a message that you're going to help them. Of course, we want to know, how are you going to do this process? Because if you are just all talk and not even caring and not even doing and assuming, and I'm assuming that you are going to take care of the situation better than this. So this is what is happening today. Now, I want to show you today, because of this conflict that it was occurring, another conflict started. And there were multiple protests. They're talking about pepper bullets that they were being thrown through the population. There were children inside of this, humongous circle, which I think that is, if that was the situation, I believe that is 100% incorrect. There's other ways to control behavior and to control the animosity between migrants in the conflict between migrants right now. It is a conflict between migrants and also the Institute National Immigration Agents. There is a different way to basically control it. Shooting tear gas, it is not the solution because there's children. There is children. So this is going to basically increase. This is going to increase. This is what happened today in the morning at a protest. Let me translate what this migrant is saying.
A lot of these people that are trying to go to the U.S. have family. After the last census in the U.S., 35% of America is Latino based. Someone has a Latino cousin. Everything is free. Next day, next day, next day. And the only way they wash their hands is every 30 days, 60 days.
This is actually a migrant that speaks English, so I'm gonna try to. I don't know why the volume is so low, but I will try to give you guys a better audio. And I don't know why it's so low.
Have family. After the last census in the U.S., 35% of America is Latino based. Someone has a Latino cousin. Everything is free.
So this was a protest that it was being done in the south border of Tapachula. You will see a really fluent man right here speaking English to, I don't know if it was a reporter or a documenter right here on the left. And he's saying we don't have no choice but to wait for the process that is hurtful.
I would say a good 80% is trying to get to the US.
I will post this interview because
Queremos solución. Queremos solución. Queremos solución.
so this was a protest. Sadly, we don't. The volume is really low. Let's see if the volume works a little bit better. This is the actual situation at the other immigration station. So there are several immigration stations in Tapachula, and this is another one, which they are also protesting for the lack of attention. And, they only want the QR, the QR code. That's what they want. Their pass to just get out of Tapachula. Again, it's the same problem. Here we go with the volume.
Inmigración los mandó aquí 2 días de migración y no los ayudan. Inmigración los llamó, los mandó aquí, ustedes dicen que no. Next day, and the only way to wash your hands is 60 days.
So this is the actual situation. Now, I wanted to bring this interviews and these videos. And the number one reason why I wanted to bring this interviews and these videos is to actually know what is AMLO going to do. If AMLO is telling at a conflict that is extremely serious right now. We have a world conflict right now. The world conflict is between Russia and Ukraine, and it is a serious topic right now because a lot of political interest are involved in this conflict. And ultimately, their interests from countries like the United States is involved, Russia, China, countries around NATO, Ukraine, of course, absolutely. You have a conflict right now. And this is pushing immigration to because of this conflict. And it is a sensitive, difficult situation and conflict that is occurring to the Ukrainian people. A lot of people are going to leave. As a Mexican president, you open your mouth and you say that you're going to solution and you're going to process them safely into your country. You have a problem right now at the south border that has been for months. And I have been there multiple times showing this problem. But you are asking and you are saying that you are going to protect migrants from Ukraine when you cannot even do that in the part of Tapachula. How are you going to do that? Of course, you have big organizations like the United Nations that they're going to get involved on these processes, and ACNUR, that is the Commission of Refugees, that they're going to get involved, and that actually they're going to go in it as to protection exclusively to these cases, that they are really sensitive cases. The president of Guatemala has said that this is a special treatment to the migrants from Ukraine. And also in Mexico, they said that there is a special case, a special treatment. But you have also, on the other hand, you have cases, horrible cases, that a lot of people are going through right now on these situations of persecution, that they are actually legitimate cases of asylum. And they're going through these horrible travesties. I don't understand the balance. People try to explain me the balance. Where is the balance? I really don't understand. Really don't. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining in. I saw a picture today. And I don't like to get into these kind of, topics. I don't like to get into these kind of topics because they're topics that, it does not concur into what is our investigative reporting and also what we are about. This is a picture that I saw today in going around, and I don't know if it is, and it's already been tweeted out by Donald Trump Jr. So I wanted to talk about this picture and what does the United States people think, because this is how the leftist narrative, it is completely changing continuously. And this is what they brought today. So I want your thoughts. Sadly, the Facebook app is not providing anymore the audio lives. In that case, I would have immediately opened the lines to hear you guys talk and to hear you guys speak about this particular sensitive. And I don't know if it is sensitive, but this is what it's trending right now. What is trending right now? It says U.S. Army now requires training on pronouns and gender dysphoria. You can find this post in Donald Trump Jr.'s. He posted this. Apparently, it is a legitimate post. So I respect every sexual preference, really. I'm not against no sexual preference. Whether you're gay, bisexual, transsexual, whatever you are, I will respect you as a human being because you are a human being. You need to be respected for all your preferences, whatever you are. I respect you. I'm that kind of guy. A lot of people are not like that. I'm that guy. I don't mess with you. You don't mess with me. I respect you. You respect me. But I don't know if this has crossed the boundary of the, where this agenda of the linguistics, it is going to be so important, as it is so important for people to say, you know what, there is a limit line where, it is, this is who it is. All right. But apparently has trust has transcended into the US Army. And this has been, you know, trust science. Somebody say, no, I don't trust science. I trust God. That's who I trust. I'm sorry. Says the US Army now requires training on pronouns and gender dysphoria. There was an issue that I saw that it was crazy, where a teacher was fired and expelled, expelled, or suspended, one of the three, from a I believe that it was a junior high school. As the teacher was going to the classroom and he was attending the alumni on the class, he directed herself to a student. And he directed himself to a student, and that student responded like this, responded meow. And the teacher was like, this went viral, because the teacher later came out and made a video that she went viral and said meow. And the teacher was like, no, I'm asking you if you can just do this. And this individual, I don't know if it was a he, she, pronouns, I don't know how to screw it, and I don't know how to put it. So this individual said meow, like a cat. So another student said, teacher, you had to address him as a cat. The teacher went, that is crazy. How am I going to talk to a student inside of a classroom as a cat? Because that day, that particular individual identified himself as a cat. So the teacher said, I am not talking to you as you are a cat. You're a human being. After that, because the teacher did not talk to that student and identified that student as a cat, the teacher was fired, suspended, or expelled. And I think that she was suspended indefinitely until they find out how this was going to evolve in the next incoming days. Because apparently the parents were, why are you not letting him identify as a cat? And it is crazy for me. It is crazy that this is humongously growing in the United States of America. This in Mexico, it is not growing like it is in the United States. We are not in that phase. And I don't think that, and I'm not discriminating that I don't want to be in that phase or do la, la, la. No, don't even put me on that label. All right. I'm just saying in Mexico, we are not in that phase. The United States is growing enormously into this. And I don't know if one day you're going to have an army soldier that is going to say, sir, just sergeant, tomorrow I am a cat. So talk to me as a cat. And I don't know if the sergeant is going to be suspended, expelled, or what is going to happen. Do you see where I'm going? I don't have nothing against no genders. Nothing. I see you as normal. That's your life. Es tu cura, órale, chingón. That's how you know, yeah, we can talk, we can whatever, hang out, drink a beer, whatever you want. But it's transforming the societies, and it's changing societies and transforming the educational ways as looking how a society should be. So I don't know where this is going to end. Thank you so much for joining in. 48 minutes into this live feed. A little tickle in my throat. I will answer just a couple of questions if people want to throw me a message. We are live at Facebook, we are live at YouTube, and we are live at Winkin also. We are live at Winkin and in our Winkin platform. Also, we are live at Twitter. So if you guys want to ask me a question, go ahead. The live feed, it is all yours. And I don't know if I developed the topic that we just talked about in a really respectful because it goes against community standards and you're unsensitive and oh my god, I'm just talking about something that I believe that it is something to talk about. She's being fired. I read the same story. That is a comment from Corona Light 21. So she was fired. The teacher was fired because she did not address a student as a cat. That the student that day wanted to identify as a cat. Somebody says, I don't care what you identify as, but don't force me to agree with you. Fair enough. That is a comment right here. Coffee says coffee, that is a comment. More comments. I will put your comments on, on the live feed. How you doing, Bet Standard? I will have gotten the belt from my dad for that behavior. That's how old school we used to take care of things. And boy, our parents fixed those things, huh? Boy, that education, that belt, and that chancla was really educational to not do it again. But now it is abuse. Now it is child abuse, and now you are violating his rights of freedom of expression. So this is how we are evolving. This is why I'm going to that. It's a nice question right here. Patricia Villa Cuchairo. So there is a comment right here. Says, well, let me read this comment first, producer, and let me go to the other comment because I heard that it was factual. Hi, Oscar. Have you been able to get back into the boxing ring to help with your ordeal you just went through? Yes, we have been training, and we have been going through the boxing ring, and trying to get it all out. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Not easy for me as an ex-professional fighter, former professional fighter, to talk about how you were, robbed at gunpoint by almost 6 individuals, but not being able to defend yourself when you know how to defend yourself with both hands. You know really how to defend yourself. So it was really, in a way, I was really angry. And I'm still a little bit angry. I have released a lot of that anger, a lot on the bag, and on the gloves and, with my friends and all that. They said, you need a little bit of sparring. You need a little bit of, go ahead and hit the bag as much as you want. It's all yours over there in the corner. We're not even going to bother you. But they know how I feel. And for you to get assaulted and attacked and to not do anything. And man, the capabilities of yourself when you're seeing these 2 young kids and you're like, man, I can take you easily, but you're holding a shotgun. So it's not for you to find out, or it's not for you to just, try to find out. And that's not only 2, it's like 6 of them. So you're like, what should I do? But it is the after effect that brings you into reality that you say, thank God I'm alive, first and foremost, but now I need to release this anger issue that I got because it was not in my hands, but it's on my mind that I wanted to just defend myself and I couldn't. So it is always that thing that you wanted to defend, as an ex former professional fighter, you know how to do it. And I can create 1,000 of scenarios in the volcano. Grab the gun and punch him in the face, punch the other one, grab and throw him on the floor. I can create a bunch of scenarios. But the thing is that, you never know if these people, there was a moment where I don't want to talk about it again, but there was a moment that I thought that he was going to shoot when he got me and said, stand up and turn around. That was when I started praying, like, God, please. So good thing that I did not do nothing stupid to provoke them. So a comment says, no, a teacher did not get fired for failing to meow back at a student who identifies as a cat. The story was made up by TikTok user who later posted an update expressing her disappointment at how fake news is made and affirming that she was not fired. All right, so she was not fired, but did the meow thing happen or not? It is a huge example how society it is turning into. But thank you for your comment. I read comments or not. I read comments if I was wrong or not. I read it. It has to do. Thank you. God bless you all. It has been a really nice program today. Follow me at Getter. Follow me at Facebook. Follow me at Twitter. Follow me at YouTube as Oscar L Blue. Telegram as Oscar L Blue. Also, you can follow me at Instagram as Oscar Blue Media and Oscar L Blue Team. I manage Oscar Blue Media. Our team manage the platform and Instagram as Oscar L Blue Team. They manage that. So thank you so much for every single one of you. God bless you all. We will see each other. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. Follow Ben Berquam, Real America's Boys News at realamericasboysnews.com. And also download the app at Wendy Bell Radio Network. Go right now to the App Store or to the store. It is free. Download the app Wendy Bell Radio Network. Before you go, hit that like button, hit that bell at YouTube. It has been a great evening to talk to you guys. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and Good thing, Sarah, this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.